magic of creation. They come up with ideas, they look for new solutions, collaborate to create original projects. Co-creation is what inspires them, pushes them forward, makes them stronger. They affirm eternal values of life, making this world a little better. Creative personalities and groups, authors of non-trivial ideas and projects, phenomenal theatrical productions and films, people of science and culture who once decided to amaze the world. In documentary series Magic of Creation. There are numerous love poems in Kazakh folklore. Jibek is undoubtedly the most renowned of them. This is not a made-up legend, it's a story based on real people. Centuries later, Tuligan and Jibek remain popular symbols of love and devotion. A new idea is an old idea well forgotten. The company of the Kazakh theater, named after Mukhtar Awezov, proposed a new interpretation of a beloved story. I need 12 girls to come out in the same way these 8 did, at the very beginning. Ever since I saw a screen adaptation of this epic, as I was drawn into this topic. Every nation has its own Romeo and Juliet, for love is an everlasting theme. That is why we chose Jibek poem. Since it's a musical drama, a lot of attention will be paid to songs. 50% of this production is music, the other half is text. Jibek poem was written down in the 17th century. There were many variations of this story among people, passing from one generation to another in an oral form. The stage adaptations were mainly based on the film script written by Gabit Musrepov. I chose to follow Musrepov's version. If we did add something to it, it wasn't much. Almost everything is taken from the writer's work. I consulted several experts once the script was ready to make sure everything was correct. Look, Chege, the swans. 6 girls from Shekti clan are walking towards us. This is a good sign. We'll have luck on our way. Look, Chege, how beautiful they are. Tuligan, I wonder why there are just few of them. In any case, this is not the enemy coming to us. Let's come closer and check. Jibek Jean, Jibek, who are you? Travelers or messengers? I wish I could become a messenger for you. But what can I do? I'm just a traveler. I'll give you anything you wish. Jibek, you are beautiful like a swan. Tuligan, Jibek. Oh, the belt of a young beauty around the neck of a brave Jigit. Isn't it a sign of blooming love between them? Costumes play a significant role in this new production. After all, Jibek is an exciting and impressive story. Therefore, decorations and costumes must create certain effect as well. Costume designer Nazim Kaliyeva believes that quality and color of the fabric helps to reveal the nature of the character. Here I have several sketches in front of me. For instance, we didn't want any frills on Jibek's dress. Instead, we decided to sew a light flowing silk dress. The camisole is made of velvet. Patterns were cut out of leather and everything was decorated with various stones and beads. We'll use feathers to decorate the headdress. Tologen's costume was different at first, but later we decided to change it up a little. Now it has become more modern. Of course, there are patterns and elements of national clothing. Ornaments turned out to be slightly updated. The outer clothing is made of beautiful velvet, velour pants and leather boots.
Шалбарларын бәрі қимылға жеңіл болатын велюр маталардан тігілген, етіктері кәдімгідей былғары.
The artist sought to make modernized costumes while using certain patterns. This is evident from female characters' outerwear and headdresses. Initially, we planned to add a modern twist on women's costumes as well, adding modern elements. In the end, that's what happened. Patterns for camisoles and headdresses were sewn in an asymmetrical manner. We also slightly changed the shape of the headdresses. In the past, Baturs mostly wore armor and military shields that were protecting them from their enemies, while steppe residents wore skull caps. The armor is made of leather, with addition of iron details. Such costume will help to fully reveal the character of a warrior, Batur. Each character has a distinctive headdress. Accessories are also different. Thanks to national ornaments, we were able to fulfill all our ideas. There are many different Kazakh ornaments, shaped like a mutton horn or imitating bird wings, and many more. Using these patterns and ornaments enabled us to create special, beautiful outfits. In other words, we wanted to create updated ornaments. I think we succeeded. These are the ornaments we're using for headdresses. Another important detail for headdresses is beaver fur. Using fur helped us enrich the looks of our characters. The tradition of decorating headdresses with owl or eager owl feathers goes far back in time. Feathers were serving as charms protecting against evil eye and diseases. Bird feathers were used both in women's and men's costumes. We can either sew those feathers on the top of the headdress or attach them on the side. More feathers are required for the top to make sure it looks luxuriant. According to the artist, the costumes will not only help actors develop and reveal their characters, they will make them more appealing. It is crucial for a costume to match the age of the character. Therefore, before sketching, the artist studies each character in depth. For this production, we used nickel silver jewelry. We use it in making the costumes for Bekejan and his retinue. The stones were sewn mainly on belts and helmets. Girls will wear these beautiful delicate pendants with small round stones. The earrings were picked to match the age and character of the heroes. We have such a variety of rings too. Girls will also wear national bracelets of different shapes. Although Jibek is the most famous folk poem, there were not too many stage adaptations. Once Jibek play was performed in Kazakh Theatre. The play was directed by Janat Hadjiyev in 1987. Also, there is a self-titled opera in the repertoire of Abay Opera and Ballet Theatre. These two productions are very different in terms of genre. But just like in the opera, this production expects actors to be able to sing. Professor Galina Zhumabekovna Karamuldayeva provides vocal training for actors in our theatre. Together with her, we cast actors with appropriate singing abilities. Decorations play a major role in any production. Set designer made a choice towards using simple and natural materials: paper, wood, cotton and iron. My goal was to show the beauty of Kazakh nature, the old ways of life and peculiarities of local traditions. The beauty of the youth standing in the middle of a vast steppe, its decorations and ornaments, we would like to demonstrate all of these on the stage. Sarabai's youth, for instance, will be decorated with such ornaments. This piece is called Swan Wings. We are going to use it during Jibek's song Gaku Gaku. The wings will move. Another big and important part of the set is the white ute, the one where sweethearts Tologan and Jibek will confess their feelings to each other. Then we have the cart of Bekijan and his retinue. According to the script, Bekijan will have to perform his song and read his monologue while standing on a spinning cart. There will also be a large screen on stage showing the audience and their reaction. Few changes were made in script in attempt to make this musical drama more relatable for contemporary viewer. These creative changes were supported by light designers and choreographers working on production. Guys, action! Dialogue arias of main characters and dancing take the biggest part in this performance. Compared to opera performances, the music here is not as folkloristic. The love between Tologan and Jibek is beautiful and full of joy. Bekijan's character is looked at different angle. Therefore, the episode on Kosovo river bank where Bekijan kills Tologan was removed from this production. Rehearsals are in full swing. Saltanat Bakaeva portrays Jibek. Tologan is played by Almaz Shayahmetov. Both actors wish to perform their roles just like their big screen predecessors, Kuman Tostanbekov and Meruart Utikesheva. I watched the movie with Meruart Utikesheva as Jibek. After that, I looked at the opera stage at a Abai theatre. I am glad that I got this role at this point of my career, not when I just started acting and not later. It's been 7 years since I began working on this stage. This is a good experience. During this time, I learned a lot. Now, thanks to this production, I've improved my singing abilities. We began taking vocal training 1 month before rehearsal started. In previous plays, Jibek was mainly portrayed just as a beautiful girl. In this production, Jibek is primarily a brave and noble girl. These were the qualities that led Koren, a Kalmyk Khan, to fall in love with her. So you're looking for a bride without a bride price? Well, good luck. There, choose among those widows. Any actor would dream of playing the role of Tologan on stage. I'm very happy to be chosen for this role. At first I was overjoyed, and then I thought about it and began to worry. First of all, Tologan met and fell in love with Jibek at the age of 16 or so. And we, the actors, are 29, 30 years old. Sure, this is a theater, and it follows its own rules. Despite the real age of the characters, we must play the roles that we were cast for. It doesn't matter how old the characters really is. In theater, we play so many different characters. The actor must go on stage and do his work. In Jibek musical, the story follows a new path. The disputes between junior Jews clans are resolved by reason and not through force and pressure. There will be a lot of dancing, singing and joking on the stage. Central characters are also looked at from another perspective. My character, Tologan, he's a batur, a step poet and a singer. His speech is eloquent. He fights for the truth. He could become a leader, an orator, a great example for people to follow. If it were Jagalbayli clan's fault that they didn't take part in the bloody battle, then what was the point of this battle? Today we win, and tomorrow we may have to bow our heads. The question remains, what is the point of all these battles and wars? Far-sighted and wise Batur urged the people to stop quarreling and live together in peace. The head of Shekti clan, Sir Lubai, supports Batur. This character is played by Sayat Mirakenov. Tologan says that Kazakhs have plenty of lands, and even so, we can get along on this vast territory. These words are relevant to these days. Being united, creating stable and friendly environment is very important if we want prosperity and further development of our country. One of the things that make this musical drama special is that every character conveys an emotional message. Karshiga, Duriya and Shege characters are very strong and multifaceted. Shege is a cheerful, charismatic man. His songs are very powerful and convincing. This is my first role in Awezov's theater. This is why this musical drama Jibek is very important for me personally. In the movie, this character is brilliantly portrayed by Anwarbek Moldabekov. It will be challenging to reach his level of performance. It's a big responsibility. Rehearsals are intense. We are working very hard. Even if I don't reach Moldabekov's level of acting, I will do my best to reveal the character of my hero. Jibek is a poem that changed the aesthetic tastes of the audience. To this day, there are many cases when loving people can't be together. This might be the reason why this epic poem is still relevant, even though many centuries have passed since its appearance. That is why every Jibek performance is greeted with so much warmth and love from the audience. May your happiness last, my dear. May your love be eternal and pure. Then no one will be able to destroy your happiness. Then you will only make friends, not enemies.